I used to be absolutely trustful of people, but as a police officer, you have to be suspicious. Even in ordinary situations, things aren't always what they seem. What dulls your senses are routine calls and false alarms. They tell you never to treat them routinely or casually, but sometimes you do, and that's a big mistake, because when the routine takes a twist, you get caught, and I learned that the hard way. Bob James and myself were on day watch out at 27th Street Station in the northeast part of Kansas City.
Hey, Bill.
That can be a lively area if you happen to be a cop.
You bought twice last week.
Okay, I won't argue with you. So, did you hear? The TAC unit was real busy last night. Oh, yeah. Big drug bust. LSD lab.
Oh, those guys have all the fun.
Yep. So, how's the family?
Jimmy tripped and fell against the aquarium this morning.
No kidding.
Yeah, Karen's got him over to the hospital getting a couple of stitches.
Wow.
He says one of the fish bit him. Kids, but ain't one thing, it's another, ain't it?
2122.
2122, I'm at 9th in Indiana.
2122, make this call at 9th and Spruce. Check abandoned car.
Okay, I'm on my way. Well, that sounds thrilling.
Hey, relax, rookie. Just finish your coffee, all right? That abandoned car ain't going anywhere in a hurry.
2 beeps means a serious call needing a 2-unit response.
Any car in the vicinity of 2614 Independence Avenue that can respond on a silent hold-up alarm?
2125, I'm at 9th and Indiana.
Any other car? 2132, Truman and Van Brunt. Anyone closer?
2122, I'm still at 9th in Indiana. I can make that call with him.
Okay, 2122, 2125, make the call. Other units stand
Well,
by.
I guess you won't have to worry about that abandoned car.
Yep.
Let's go.
We had made several false alarm calls at this location in the past. That happens a lot, especially at the beginning of a day. Somebody's opening up, jacks up the wires, and the alarm goes off. Half the time, the manager isn't even aware. Still, you've got to be prepared, just in case. We got there in about a minute and a half. Kept the sirens off near the bank. Bob James had been a cop over 15 years. Me, I was practically a rookie.
I don't see anything. Officer, help! Help! We've been robbed and beaten up. How many? Where'd they go? Down there, a man with a red coat. There! You mean the guy with the briefcase? No, ahead of him. The red coat, the guy in the red coat. All right, I'm going to check out the area. Do that.
I couldn't get much more information out of the witness. He was getting kind of hysterical. It's often that way with robbery victims. They're still in shock, and their descriptions aren't always reliable.
I'm going to check out the area, too. You get in the car, you can help point him out. No, my wife. I got to see how she's doing.
I never went inside the bank. The priority was to catch the robber, and I wanted to be part of it. Meanwhile, my partner James had run into a second witness who told him our suspect was, in fact, the man with the briefcase. I started cruising the neighborhood, driving slowly so I could get a good look at the people on the street.
The guy.
2125, chasing suspect car Lexington and Wabash, Golden Brown Acadia. Suspect heading east on Lexington.
Suspect heading north into Reservoir Park.
I knew James was close on the suspect's tail, heading into the park. I headed down the main road, hoping to get ahead of him and cut the guy off by the exit.
We're going on Reservoir Drive. This is 2122. I'm now with 2125. We're going northbound on Reservoir Drive.
Get out of the car!
Put your arms up over your head.
Right up over your head, damn it! Up against the car. All right, now spread them! Spread them. Get back. Now don't move.
I took up a guard position and let James shake the suspect down. I had the shotgun pointed at the suspect, but also kept it up high because of James. The last thing on my mind was the guy in the passenger seat. But all of a sudden, I see him from the corner of my eye, heading towards the suspect with a pistol. He told me his wife had been beaten during the robbery, and my first reaction was, he's gonna blast the robber.
Put the gun down! Put the gun down! Put the gun down! Put the gun down!
It wasn't until then that I suddenly realized my witness was part of the robbery. I couldn't tell if James was dead or alive. All I knew, I was pinned down in a hell of a position with two armed criminals trying to shoot me. One thing I figured was if the guy was going to get another shot at me, he had to pop his head up above the hood. So I held my breath and waited. I had made up my mind that the next time I saw him, I would get him. In a situation like this, you don't think about much other than survival. What gave me some comfort was the shotgun. I've always been a hunter, so I was very familiar with the gun. Then it got quiet. I figured I'd gotten them both now, but I couldn't be sure. Crazy things go through your mind. Like, what if they're just faking it? But with James lying there on the ground, I had to get help as fast as possible. So I ran back looking over my shoulder, making sure the suspects weren't moving, and not knowing whether I was going to get hit with a volley of bullets.
Some ambulance and some assistance.
Both men were dead, shot in the face. I killed each one with a single shot.
Bob. Bob, do you hear me, buddy? Bob!
This had been an unusual situation, but as with most police work, you're forced to go with what you have at the time and accept everything witnesses give you at face value. A lot of people try to fool cops, and some of them succeed. The FBI issued nationwide bulletins on the case, suspecting that this MO was a trend we might see more of. But it wasn't. In fact, after the shooting, the rash of bank robberies we'd had in Kansas City immediately came to an end. People asked me how I felt afterwards, whether I needed to see a preacher or a psychologist. I told them I didn't. I just did what I had to do. The bullet had gone in Bob's side and lodged against a nerve in his neck. He had to go on disability afterwards, but at least he was alive. Even now, I tend to be suspicious of people. This business, you're always trying to figure out who you can trust.
We'll be right back with more Top Cops.